Automated school bus cameras. Not a new technology, but one that's starting to pop up in school districts all over our state. But these systems don't come without their controversy. WMER2 News' Elizabeth Worthington joins us now to explain why some critics call the enforcement automated cameras a money grab. Elizabeth?
Yeah, Kelly, wherever these cameras go, money follows, raising concerns about whether profits are the priority or student safety.
Gotcha. That'll be a couple $100.
It does sting the wallet, but not as much as if they were to actually strike a child.
With tickets starting at $250 a pop and thousands of violators a year, there are millions to be made. So where does all that money go? Most of the counties in Maryland that have outfitted their buses with camera systems use a vendor called Bus Patrol, which keeps 60% of the ticket revenues. The cameras flag violators using AI, then the footage is sent to the county where real people review it. In Anne Arundel County, which installed cameras on most of its buses 2 years ago, Lieutenant Aaron Brandt says the traffic safety enforcement team is tough but fair.
Was it reasonable? Was it a reasonable amount of time for the driver of the other vehicle to stop?
During the 2023-2024 school year, Bus Patrol cameras captured more than 53,000 potential violations in Anne Arundel County. The police department only approved a little over 37% of them. Still, in that year, Bus Patrol made more than $2 million from Anne Arundel County drivers. But can you really put a price on keeping kids safe?
That has no bearing on it, and I think that is shown clearly by the fact that we're not approving 70, 80, 90% of these citations. We are scrutinizing them because safety is important, but also following the law and holding everyone accountable and being fair about that matters.
For some people, it is well-intentioned. They do actually believe that there's a problem that needs to be solved. But for the vast majority of situations, it's really a money grab.
Jay Bieber heads the National Motorists Association. He believes the ticketing system is set up for drivers to fail and that many violations don't actually put students in danger. For this Florida driver who spoke to our sister station in Tampa, a camera flagged him passing a bus while the stop arm was still extending.
I saw the video, I'm like, okay, you got me, right? And then I played it through and I'm like, hold on.
But videos provided by Bus Patrol show near misses that occurred when a child started walking towards the bus before the driver put its stop arm out, making a case for a stricter ticketing system.
If that were to happen, the child is safe, then to say, well, it's not likely that they would cross over because I don't want to risk anybody's child for a not likely situation.
However, allegations that Bus Patrol is wrongfully ticketing drivers have also emerged in Pittsburgh and New York State. Thousands of tickets were thrown out after a driver successfully challenged his ticket in court. But most people don't bother fighting their tickets. In Anne Arundel County, for example, 97% of the more than 19,000 violators were found guilty last year.
They set it up so you're encouraged just to pay it and not fight it.
Oh no, I think that our reviewing process is so scrutinized that when those citations come through and you see that video of your car clearly passing those red stoplights, there is no arguing with that. It is clear that that was a violation.
Bieber says the math doesn't add up though. There's so many violations, but not many children getting hurt as they get on and off the bus. In data provided to him by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 4 students in the past 10 years have been hit and killed by a driver illegally passing a school bus.
Just to put that in perspective, a school child in any particular year is 19,000 times more likely to be struck by lightning than to be killed by a driver illegally passing a school bus.
Delegate David Moon has been making this case in the state legislature for years. He represents Montgomery County. Automated cameras have been on buses there the longest, nearly a decade. He's offered multiple solutions, including issuing warnings for first-time violators or changing bus stops to safer locations. Nothing has ever made it out of the General Assembly.
Nobody's moving the stops. Nobody's doing anything to make them safer, and the money keeps flowing.
Lieutenant Brandt disputes the idea that money is the motivator for anyone involved.
No, because that's why the vendor's not the one reviewing the citations, and since the police department benefits not specifically from these citations, this has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with our office really being focused on pedestrian safety, our children's safety, safe driving.
And here's one new way Anne Arundel County Police are trying to make bus stops safer. Starting this calendar year, they're beefing up patrols and enforcement efforts at the 3 bus stops in the district with the highest number of violations.
Very interesting. So any data, maybe people's driving habits have changed. Any data to support that?
I mean, that's the stated goal. We do have some data that the number of citations has gone up in some counties slightly. It's gone down slightly year over year in other counties. But Lieutenant Brand says it's really hard to track that because the cameras only capture the registered owner, not the driver specifically. So if it's like a rental car or you share the car with multiple people, it could be a different driver. Also, they're adding more cameras every year to different buses, so that you could just make the argument that just there's more citations because there's more cameras out there capturing them.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much for that report.